Welcome back, guys. It's October 7th, and I did remember to make this video about uh, the house, the new house that I bought with Kayla, and I was gonna take you on a little tour of it, and it's right behind me actually. This is the house that we bought. This is in Asheville. It's in a really quiet neighborhood, um, and I'm loving it so far. It's got this big tree covering the yard with another one right there, and several smaller ones. But as you can see, when we bought the house, the garage door actually had a big hole, like right in the center of it, and it didn't work. The motor didn't work anymore, so I had to replace that. The roof had a massive hole in the back right where a limb smashed down and broke through the roof, and water had been coming into the house from the roof. So I just went ahead and had the whole roof redone. It looks great. I love it. Recently, I've been out here actually painting a lot of the fascia around the house, the whole fascia and trim up under the roof. Pressure washed the gutters. They were looking pretty ragged. Painted the shutters. Have not painted the trim on the windows because we are replacing them. By we, I mean me and my dad. We're going to be tackling that at some point here in the near future, probably in about a month or so. And just some little decorations, solar lamps out here and such, just to add, that nice little homey touch. I pressure washed the concrete about a week and a half ago with a little pressure washer I have not done the rest of the driveway because this took me probably about an hour just in itself to do. I need a little bit more of a powerful pressure washer, so we'll get to that. When I first bought the house, this little trench right here was not here. I had water coming in actually into a crawl space. It was almost like a funnel right here. You can see where the brick was, but I broke the brick out, left it on this side obviously so the water can just go around it, but I built this little trap door with a lock on it and stuff, and it's definitely keeping a lot more of the water out now that I have this dug. As you can see, grass is already kind of growing in here, and it's becoming more of a natural looking thing. I'm going to put stone in here just to make it more elegant instead of just dirt, so I'll get to that eventually. Everything's just a work in progress here. Like a lot of this I had to just dig up. It was just very kind of sloped towards the house. Definitely still have some water issues underneath the house in the crawl space that I am having to address here slowly, but it is much better than it was. So yeah. And I'll just take you guys back to my backyard real quick. This is probably, and also I just dug a little bit in here so the water can come on around the house instead of going right into it from the back. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the house. It's a big backyard. A lot of work to do here. I'm gonna have to till the backyard a lot. It's very uneven, kind of like has the potential to break your ankle or roll your ankle if you're running and you're not careful. brand new HVAC system. Well, actually AC. There is an existing furnace under the house that I actually used. The subcontractors for Sears, they just took forever to come and do their work. Like, it was just a real chore. I think I called them like 30 times. I had to, literally. They were just the worst I've ever dealt with in my whole entire life. I hate subcontractors so much, especially Sears. If anyone deserves a roasting, they do. I just added some French doors not too long ago, maybe about a month and a half ago. And as you can see, I have well covers over these vents back here because water was getting into them. And, you know, I've sloped the dirt pretty much kind of away from the house on the back side as well. So just a lot of kind of landscape work in itself. I mean, this really has been something of an undertaking for me, especially just being alone for a lot of this. Now, we rented heavy equipment to do the trench and stuff like that, and like right here. Other than that, though, like, you know, it's been all done by hand, all shovel work. So got some good arms on me now, besides working out, obviously. That's my newest addition right there to like the front of the house. It's a cool little motion sensing light. Had to replace it. The other one just didn't work anymore, and a lot of electrical issues with the house too. Stuff being jumped off of other things that are not supposed to be connected with each other, and you know. But yeah, this is the crib. When you first come in, you know, you walk into a den. It's still very much, you know, a work in progress. So I apologize for the mess. I guess I shouldn't really be apologizing because it's my own house, but you know, stuff is not put up where it's supposed to be yet. I'm gonna get rid of this couch. Well, not get rid of it because it's been in my family for ever since I could remember as a kid. That was a couch that I've had to sit on. I had that in my apartment though, if you've watched some of my other videos, and also this leather chair and the ottoman, I guess was it. But this is new. Like I said, shout out to Kimberly, Kayla's sister, my fiance's sister. She gave us this, kind of snagged it up for us for free and gave it to us. If you looked at the paint in here, it's a nice yellow. There's a fireplace over here. We kind of decorated for Halloween up on the mantle. So that's cool, you know. Happy Halloween, guys. I am really digging the weather out here right now. It's super nice out. And say hello to my turtle. Had her for 23 years and running. Found her at a kid's play place called the Junkyard back in Charlotte when I was a kid. And I found her on a slide actually and asked my mom if I could keep her. And she was just like, yeah, we just gotta wait, you know, for a little bit, see if anyone comes to claim it. And of course no one did, and now here I am 23 years later with an awesome turtle. So, and when you come in here, this will be the dining room. As you can see, no fixture up there, but I do have it bought, and I got a steel on it too. The chandelier, that's gonna go right there. I think it's gonna look great, and you'll see why in a second. Brand new door to the garage and everything. It's a mess in here. Don't even get me started on here, but very spacious garage. bunch of lumber and shingles and shit right now in it, so we're still, you know, trying to get everything organized, and also just work that has to be done before this wood will disappear, and free up some space so I can actually park a car in here. But for now, I have my cycles in here, that badass Kawasaki Ninja that I've had for a little bit now, and the scooter that I just got not too long ago. But yeah, I have fun on those quite regularly. And here we get to the kitchen, and this is probably one of my favorite areas of the house right now, just because it's kind of like the most done-ish kind of scenario in here right now. This used to be actually just an entryway. I have elongated and opened it up so it just feels more open. I think it looks great, and I still have some sheetrock work to do in here. Obviously, I just got my metal corner bead on, and some of the sheetrock had to be replaced. I built a new header, a longer header to go over there. So yeah, and I just put this recessed lighting in. I think it looks fucking awesome. It's way better than what was here. You can actually see just some of the patchwork, the rough patchwork that I've done to kind of cover up the existing, the originals. There is a fan or a light fixture right here, and then another one right there, and it just looked awful. So I took those out, put these recessed fixtures in, and they're also dimmable, so that's really cool. I'm pretty pleased with how they look. Here is just a shot of the inside of the French doors. Still got to put trim around it, all, you know, the baseboard trim and everything. And this is some sheetrock that I've actually done, and it's taken me a little bit. I'm not a pro at it at all, but with a little bit of sanding, you know, and coming back and doing some coats, it's really starting to shape up and look excellent. And this tile was not here actually when I moved in. It was just like a kind of like a linoleum surface on the floor, and I cut it out, and then there's like 4 more layers under that linoleum that I had to pull up, and there is a big hole over here that I made actually in the subfloor, directly into the crawl space, that the wood had been eaten up by termites and also moisture. This was a sliding glass door before I had these French doors in, and it allowed a lot of moisture over time to get into the house as well. So this tile, my dad showed me how to do tile for the first time. This is my first tile job, and let me tell you, like, it looks beautiful. I don't know if you can tell, but in person it looks amazing, and I am so happy that I'm finally done with the floor in here. It took forever, and I'm really just glad to be done with it, to be honest. And it looks great. It looks like a pro job, honestly. We really took our time setting it up, and I banged it out in a night and a little bit of the next morning, and here we are. Got some textured tile, and it looks awesome. Picked it out at Home Depot, and couldn't be happier with the status of the floor in the kitchen right now. We also did pick out this granite a while ago. It actually needs to be replaced because, as you can see, there's painter tape all over the counter. If I had took all this stuff off for y'all could see a lot of this stuff is actually chipped and scuffed up. And this piece has already been taken because it was going to get repaired, and after that I just started noticing all of this other stuff, and it was because I didn't have the proper lighting in here that made the difference. And when I got the proper lighting, I just started seeing a whole bunch of damage on it that was not supposed to be there. And so I've been working with Lowe's to get that replaced. And I was a little bit afraid that they weren't going for it at first because they told me that it was quote-unquote natural. But I obviously knew that that amount of damage was not natural. I need to clean my stovetop. This is a new stovetop, glass stovetop that we've got. Good budget thing, and it looks great. Also, the microwave is new as well. Painted the cabinets. I can probably hear you saying, where are the cabinet doors right now? Well, they're in the process of being scraped down and repainted as well. It's probably one of my least favorite things about this house right now, to be honest. I hate scraping paint off of cabinet doors. Like, I don't know what it is about it. It's just time consuming, and it's very hard to do actually with some of the paint on these cabinet doors that I'm doing. So that's going to get done slowly, and I just wish it would hurry up and be done. But after I get the countertops replaced, they're actually been picked out already and they've been ordered. So now I'm waiting on the fab and the installation people. But after that, I will be doing a backsplash, which I actually have the backsplash material in another room that I'll show you in a few minutes here. So that's that. We also have a new sink. There was a big old iron sink in here that weighed like a shit ton, but we replaced that with this sink, you know, and got it custom cut out and everything, and you know, this will be taken out when they replace the granite as well and replaced with the new granite. And then, you know, my new dishwasher and the new fridge. Those things weren't here, but this was. This is a retro GE oven, and it looks super cool. We've cleaned it up a lot, actually. It was just absolutely filthy on the inside, and it still needs a little work. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know, it was definitely much worse than it is right now. And it really just kind of reminds us where this house came from, too. I mean, that is like straight from the 60s. This house was built in like 65 or something like that. I forget exactly what date. I'm pretty sure it was 65 though. And so, I mean, this house has definitely seen better days before I came and swooped it off its feet, per se. We're going to get all the hardwoods repolished, sanded down and repolished and stained and everything. It's going to look amazing. I kind of just have a little bit of polish on it right now, actually, to show kind of what it might look like. I don't know if we might go darker or just stay the same amount of stain. My cat's pooping. So yeah, like I said, we had something going on right here. I don't know what. But it's just very bad sheetrock job, so I'm redoing that, and then I'm going to touch it back up with the yellow paint. This is the room that Kayla and I are staying in right now. We painted it green, and it's going to be an office/workout room, actually, when we get done with it, after we moved into the master bedroom in this house. But it's good for now. We just kind of got it minimally set up here. There's a closet in here. No door on it right now, but you know, it's definitely good enough for us to live out it right now. No curtains. We figured, you know, why buy curtains when we're gonna replace the windows anyways, and I don't feel like making holes in the wall, so right now, until I get that fitment verified and confirmed here. So yeah, that's where we're staying.